back, Biddy Brigade, to the Witty Bitties of Nevada, the podcast where the towns are small, the stories are tall, and the desert is always watching.
Today, we're pulling into Stagecoach, the blink and you'll miss it town that still manages to have more personality than some cities with actual stoplights.
Stagecoach is the kind of place where if you sneeze while driving, congratulations, you're now in Silver Springs.
This episode is part of our Highway 50 series, the loneliest road with the loudest stories.
We've hit Dayton, we've tunneled through Sutro, and now we're rolling into Stagecoach, a town that's small, scrappy, and surprisingly full of history.
Why is it called Stagecoach? Stagecoach got its name the old fashioned way from actual stagecoaches. Not metaphors, not branding, actual dusting, rattling, bone shaking stagecoaches barreling through the desert.
This was a stop on the overland stage route. Imagine being a passenger in the 1860s. No air conditioning, no suspension, no snacks, except for whatever you didn't drop during a bump.
And the drivers? They were basically the NASCAR champions of the Wild West. Except instead of a pit crew, they had bandits, rattlesnakes, and questionable coffee.
I hate rattlesnakes.
I hate questionable
All
coffee.
snakes. Yeah.
The town that refused to disappear.
Stagecoach has always been small. Like, you can count the businesses on one hand and still have fingers left. That small.
But it never disappeared. Not when stagecoaches stopped. Not when the railroad skipped it. Not when the highway tried to pretend it wasn't even there.
Stagecoach is Nevada distilled. Stubborn, dusty, and absolutely not going anywhere. Why people think Stagecoach used to have a lake?
A lot of folks around Stagecoach will tell you, oh, yeah, there used to be a lake here.
And honestly, they're not wrong. Just Nevada wrong, which is its own category.
Stagecoach sits in what geologists call a playa basin, basically a giant desert bowl where the water collects when the water feels generous.
In wet years, it fills up and looks like a lake. In dry years, it turns into a cracked, dusty pancake. Classic Nevada behavior.
And long before that, during the Ice Age, this whole region was part of an ancient lake, Lahontan, a massive lake that covered most of western Nevada.
So, Stagecoach is basically sitting on the ghost of a lake that packed up its bags 10,000 years ago and said, I'm out.
That's why older locals remember water pooling in the basin after big storms. It wasn't a permanent lake, more like a seasonal cameo.
Stagecoach is the only town where the lake ghosted us before ghosting was cool. And Rosa, I've driven by it in the wintertime and it does look like it's a lake. It's shallow, but water in the wintertime when it's snowing and melts or when we get rain, it does fill up.
It does, and from a distance, very much, it does look like a lake.
Yeah. You can't take a boat on it, but
No, probably ankle
yeah.
deep.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never tried
We'll have to one
at
day.
all. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It wouldn't be hard to when it rains. Yeah. All right. Let's get into a little mini story. The stagecoach that wouldn't stop.
okay, Biddy Brigade, it's time.
Back in the 1870s, a stagecoach driver named Whip Jack Turner was running late, and Whip Jack hated being late more than he hated rattlesnakes, which is saying something.
He came barreling towards the stagecoach stop so fast that the horses overshot the station by a quarter mile.
Passengers were screaming. Luggage was flying. One guy lost his hat, his dignity, and his sandwich.
When they finally stopped, Whipjack turned around and said, "Well, we made good time."
And that's how Stagecoach got its reputation for drive-through service. Rosa, why don't you tell me about the people of Stagecoach?
Stagecoach locals are a special breed. They know the desert, they respect the wind, and they can fix anything with duct tape and a prayer.
It's the kind of place where neighbors look out for each other, where everyone knows who owns which dog, and where the desert teaches you patience, or at least humility.
And if you stay long enough, someone will absolutely tell you a story that starts with, "Now, I'm not saying it was aliens, but,"
Oh, that's possible. You never know.
especially with Nevada.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into a little bit of the ghosts, the legends, and desert weirdness. Stagecoach has its share of ghost stories because, of course, it does.
There's a phantom stagecoach people swear they hear at night, hoofs pounding, wheels rattling, a driver yelling, "Hiya!" into the darkness.
Locals say if you hear it, you're supposed to tip your hat. It's polite, even if the ghost can't see you.
There's also the Blue Lantern Lady, who supposedly walked the old stage route carrying a lantern that glows blue. Some say she's looking for lost passengers, others say she's looking for her horse. Either way, she's committed. Highway 50, Mystery Arc Tease.
And remember that piano music story from the Highway 50 kickoff episode?
Still not telling you which town it is, but Stagecoach is not off the suspect list.
No.
Nope,
Wow.
not at all.
All right. Okay, Biddy Brigade. Tell us your best middle of nowhere story. The time you stopped for gas, a snack, or a bathroom break and accidentally learned someone's entire life story.
And bonus points if it involves a stagecoach, a ghost, or a tumbleweed with an attitude. Let us
Yeah, and
know.
here in the desert, tumbleweeds definitely have attitudes.
Oh, especially when you run them over.
Well, it's not my fault that it blew right in front of me. So, again, this has been the Witty Bitties of Nevada, where the towns are tiny, the legends are loud, and the desert never minds its business.
Next stop on the Highway 50 series, Silver Springs, the gateway to everywhere, and the town that's always on the way to something interesting.
And remember, if you're gonna be a biddy,
Be sure to be witty.
thank you, like, subscribe, download.
Thank you, Witty Bitty Brigade.